just took out the trash. Yeah, it snowed a tiny bit, but it was just enough to cover the cars, like barely anything. And then it got warm enough to where it pretty much melted. But like I said, I didn't go into work today because of the rain. Yep. I'm waiting on Rocky and my fiance to get out here. It's cold though. It's 39 degrees. And it feels like 31 because of the wind. But it's just crazy how not yesterday, but just a day or so ago, the weather was in the 60s, and then now it's just like in the 30s. The weather here is just crazy bipolar. Yep. But it is what it is. I still feel bad for my dad though, because he had to drive an hour and a half up here, pick me up, when he could have gotten a call from his boss to tell him to stay home, because he eventually called him when he got up here. And then all of a sudden, the big boss said, "Oh, we shut down the job." What in the world? He had a phone. It's not like he was sleeping or nothing. He was at the shop. So he could have called him and said, "Hey, we shut down the job," and he didn't have to drive up here. That's why he actually left a little bit late, waiting for the phone call. And I mean, he even called him and said it, and he never answered. The second time that he called him, he answered and told him the shop was closed. So all I know is that it's crazy and it's BS. So he had to drive an hour and a half up here, an hour and a half back, so pretty much 3 hours round trip. Finally, the clouds broken now. It's sunny out. Yeah, we didn't work though, as I said a little bit earlier. That was just all because of the rain. Rained all night last night, and come on, Rocky. But we haven't really seen sun in the last couple days. I shouldn't have wore this heavier jacket, but this is like 49 with the wind. It's like 39, but it is what it is. I'm not super hot, so I don't care. It does help out with people seeing you though, even though it's sunny out and all that. But I will be getting a couple hours for today. I'll be getting 2 hour show up time, which I'm fine with. Totally fine with 2 hour show up time. Sorry about that. Train going past over there in the tunnel. But come on, Rocky. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing today though. I mean, like I said, my life's kind of boring. All I've been doing since I woke up today and got back to the room literally like 10-20 minutes after I left with my dad, just watching videos on YouTube and whatnot. That's really about it. I know Rocky's liking it out here though. Just real wet over here. Usually I let him go over here, but it's real wet, as you can see. I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah. I don't think they really worked. I mean, they have the water truck over on the road, and they have the street sweeper, but I don't really hear many of the equipment running though. But who knows? I can't really say. I'm just gonna walk down to the cul-de-sac and walk back. That's all I'm gonna do for my walk. Like I said before, It's about a 20-minute walk round trip, so it's not that bad. It gives me a little bit of exercise, gives him a little bit of exercise, you know. But I know we will be at work tomorrow. Just don't know exactly what we're gonna do. So I actually never really know. I just know that we will go. I'm just kind of a little irritated earlier. I could care less about me having to get up. Because, I mean, I only live 30 minutes away and whatnot. My dad, on the other hand, he had to drive an hour and a half up here. And then get told, oh, yeah, we shut down the job. Nobody's working. I don't know. I feel like the big boss man did that on purpose. But that's just my opinion. I mean, he could have easily sat there and called my dad, told him, hey, you know, don't come in, because he knows how far my dad has to drive just to get up to the job. It's about 88 miles, which is about 2-hour drive. So just to get up to the room that I'm at, it's about an hour and a half. So he drove about an hour and a half here, about 10 minutes up the road. So all in all, he drove an hour and 40 minutes up here, and then drove an hour and 40 minutes back to the room, or to his house. So yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty pissed too if I drove 2 hours up here and had to drive almost 2 hours back just to find out that I'm not working, you know. But that's just my opinion. I don't know about you guys. I just know I can't wait to start sitting here making, you know, moves towards getting my own place. So I don't want to have an apartment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an apartment, but I want to get to that point where I'm able to have my own place, own it, because I don't want to be, if I even make it up into my retirement age, I don't want to be sitting there not having my own place and having to worry about paying a mortgage or paying rent. I understand that there will be other bills like electricity or utilities and stuff like that, phone bills and all that stuff, but at least I won't have a mortgage, because really, if you look at it, your rent and mortgages are what really take up majority of your money every month, unless you own it. But that's just my opinion. I know everybody's gonna have theirs, because I seen I think it was a TikTok. Yeah, it was. Pretty much this woman, she said that she'd rather be renting. And that's just because, I mean, she's younger too, but her opinion on it was the fact that she wanted to rent because, like, an apartment, because all the duties of, like, the household things that you would have to fix on a house that you own, you have to take up the responsibility of fixing it. While if you're renting, the landlord or the apartment complex manager and maintenance takes care of all that. And I look at it like, yeah, that is true, but at the same time, I personally would rather own my own house, whether it be an RV, and then eventually build my own house, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what's gonna happen just yet, but whatever happens, I'd rather own it and know that I own it and be completely paid off than to keep renting and renting and renting and then still have to deal with that the rest of my life. That's just me. Come on, Rocky, let's go. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with renting. It's just, I'd rather not. I've seen another person called Southern Life. He bought a truck, like $6,000 truck. And somebody said, why would you do that when you can go buy, a house or land? And he's like, I bought land, I bought a house, I own houses, I'd rather rent. And I'm just like, me personally, I don't have that mindset. I'd rather own than rent. But that's just me.